My dear brothers and sisters, 40 days after Christmas Day, we celebrate today the feast of the presentation of the Lord, or what we popularly know as Candelaria. Mary and Joseph brought the 6-week-old Jesus to the temple to be presented to the Lord, because the Jewish law dictates that every firstborn son, whether of man or animal, must be presented to the Lord. And so Mary and Joseph, in fulfillment of the dictate of the law, presented Jesus in the temple. But little did Joseph and Mary know that they were not just obeying the law. They were in fact fulfilling the prophecy that we heard in our first reading today from the book of the prophet Malachi. Suddenly, there will come to the temple of the Lord whom you seek, and the messenger of the covenant you desire. Yung pagdadala ni Maria at ni Jose kay Jesus sa templo, hindi lang pagsunod sa batas, kundi katuparan ng pangako ng Diyos. And it was not just a simple entrance, a physical entrance into the temple, in the same way that we all entered this chapel. Hindi lang simpleng dinala ni Maria at ni Jose yung kanilang baby sa templo. There is a profound meaning to this entrance of Jesus to the temple. You know, for the Jews, for the Israelites, the temple was very important. In Israel, there is only one temple. There were many synagogues. In fact, in every Jewish community, there was a synagogue. And on Sabbath, the Jews would gather in the synagogue to listen to God's word. If you remember our gospel last Sunday, it was Sabbath. And Jesus entered the synagogue, and he was given the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. And Jesus proclaimed from scriptures. Marami silang sinagoga, but in all Israel, there was only one temple, the one in Jerusalem. And that temple is so important for the Jews because it was the symbol of their identity as God's people. Because the temple is God's dwelling place. The presence of the temple in their midst is an assurance for them that we are God's people, because God lives among us in his temple. And so the temple of Jerusalem is the center of the Jewish culture, the Jewish tradition, and the Jewish faith. So much so that many times in the history of Israel, the temple was destroyed, and the Israelites would rebuild their temple. Hindi nila maisip ang kanilang buhay nang walang templo. Pero ngayon, wala na yung templong yon. When the Muslims conquered Jerusalem, they also got the place where the Temple of Jerusalem originally stood. And now there is a mosque there. No more temple for the Jews. All that was left was a wall near the temple. Hindi man lamang bahagi ng templo yung wall na yon. Malapit lang yun sa dating templo. And there, until now, the Jews would pray. They will call that wall Wailing Wall. Because when they pray, they really wail, they cry, they weep, because they have no temple. parang wala silang identity. And so when Jesus entered the temple of Jerusalem, it was like God entering the Jewish culture, the Jewish society, the Jewish tradition, and the Jewish life. Pinasok ng Diyos ang buhay nila bilang mga Hudyo. That is why Simeon and Anna were overjoyed at seeing Jesus. It was the fulfillment of God's prophecy that salvation would come. But our second reading from the letter to the Hebrews tells us even something more. When Jesus became man and when he was presented in the temple, he did not just enter the Jewish way of life. In fact, when Jesus became man, he entered our humanity, our human history, our human society, our human culture, our humanity, our human life. Pinasok ng Diyos ang pagkatao at buhay nating lahat. Hindi lamang ng mga Hudyo, kundi ng buong sanlibutan. Pinasok ng Diyos nang maging tao si Jesus ang lahat ng tungkol sa ating pagkatao. And so today's feast of the presentation of the Lord really gives us the reason why Jesus was born. Jesus was born to save us. And He can only save us if we allow Him to enter into the temple of our humanity, into the temple of our lives. Ang kapistahan natin ngayon, nagsasabi sa atin na gustong pasukin ni Jesus ang templo ng buhay natin at ang templo ng ating mundo. That is why our responsorial psalm, we said, who is this King of glory? It is the Lord. And so let us lift up our gates, let us open our doors to let the Lord in. Pagbuksan ng pinto si Jesus at patuloyin sa ating templo. My dear brothers and sisters, Jesus wants to enter the temple of our workplaces and of our schools. Jesus wants to enter the temple of business, of economics, of finances. Jesus wants to enter the temple of leadership, governance, and politics. Let us open the door and let Him in. Minsan sa mga aspetong ito ng buhay natin, sinasarado natin para kay Jesus. O pagdating sa business, wala nang pakialam ang pananampalataya. Pagdating sa politika, walang pakialam ang Diyos, sarado ang pinto. Pero kapag pera, bukas na bukas ang pinto. Kapag kapangyarihan, bukas na bukas ang pinto. Kapag tungkol sa posisyon, bukas na bukas ang pinto. Pero para kay Jesus, sarado. You have no place here. Kaya siguro nagkakaganyan ang buhay ng ating lipunan because we do not want the Lord to enter. Jesus wants to enter the temple of your relationships, the temple of your marriage, the temple of your family life, the temple of your homes, and the temple of your heart. Is the door open for Him? Or are we shutting the door from Jesus? Today's feast reminds us, as Jesus enters the temple, let us also allow Him to enter all aspects of our humanity, because it is only in that way that Jesus can bring light and salvation. Minsan po kasi kung ano-ano at kung sino-sino ang pinapapasok natin. Minsan kung ano-ano ang mga pinapasok natin sa isip natin, kahit na hindi naman totoo, kahit na gawa-gawa lang na kwento, pinapasok sa isip, pinaniniwalaan natin na totoo. Minsan pinapapasok natin negative thoughts. Kaya ang tingin natin sa mundo, napaka-negative. Kasi yan ang pinapasok sa isip. Kahit na nga sa ating physical body, ano yung kinakain natin? Yung kinakain natin, naku, nakaka-apekto rin yan sa atin. Nakakabuti ba yan o nakakasama? Even in our relationships with one another, hindi lahat ng tao papapasukin mo sa buhay mo. Baka yung ibang tao papasok lang para guluhin, sirain ang buhay mo. Piliing mabuti ang papapasukin mo sa templo ng buhay mo. Papasukin mo lang yung magdadala ng liwanag, ng pag-asa, ng kagalakan, ng kaligtasan katulad ni Jesus. Mag-iingat po tayo sa mga pinapapasok natin. Baka ang dala niyan hindi kabutihan. Pero minsan si Jesus na gustong magdala ng kabutihan, pinagsasarhan natin. Every time I officiate in a wedding, in my homily, I would always make a request to the couple. Sasabihin ko po dun sa mga kinakasal ko, meron akong simpleng pakiusap na sana wag niyong kalimutan. Sana simula sa araw na ito, your day one as husband and wife, and every night of your life, of your married life, before going to sleep, hold each other's hands and pray together. Yun lang yung simple kong pakiusap. Bago matulog sa gabi, naging maganda man o hindi yung araw ninyo, bago matulog, maghawak ng kamay, magdasal ng sabay. Kahit na nag-away kayo nung araw na yon, bago matulog sa gabi, maghawak pa rin ng kamay. Ipitin nyo yung kamay ng isa't isa, pero magdasal ng sabay. My dear brothers and sisters, at the beginning of this Mass, we blessed the candles. They are symbols of Jesus, the light of the world. As you bring them home, please say a little prayer to Jesus. Tell Jesus, Lord, as I bring these candles home, symbols of you, the one who gives us light, please enter our family and our homes. We are opening wide the doors of our homes for you. Please come in and stay with us. Jesus will not do any harm. He will only bring us light, peace, joy, and salvation. God in Jesus wants to come in. Please open wide your doors for Him.